do it.
all the talking before the show.
That sounds like a great idea.
Let's run it back.
Dude, it's a timing thing. I struggle with the timing. I think we've established this at this point.
Yes. Like when you were in the band. Bad timing.
Wait a minute. That wasn't me. I can't talk about who it was because that's just
They don't watch this. We're fine.
No.
They're never going to watch this. Look, we got Dom and Charles and Nick, right? That's my buddy from Destiny. We got people in the thing.
Thursday night works for some people, huh? So, hey, thank you for finding the Geek Spot. As always, we got all sorts of great stuff coming up this week. Lots of news, lots of finales, lots of penultimate episodes, a lot of new series that dropped, lots of award shows, so much going on. So we'll start it off as we always do with Frank. What have you been up to, man?
Oh man, hockey sucks.
Is it like union soccer? Because union soccer sucks right now.
No, well, we made it to the finals. The Joker's the team I play for. We made it to the finals. This is the third season in a row that we've made it to the finals. This is the third season that we've made it to a game 3, and this is the third season that we've walked away without a trophy. Just bad luck. We go up 3-0 in the first period and lose 4-3, and in the third period, it's just a bad game by us, and I was zero help for my team whatsoever. Other than that, it's, working, playing some MLB The Show came out. I'm kind of enjoying it when the servers aren't laggy shit. Playing the Division again. That's been a lot of fun, especially since the storyline of the Division is literally COVID, basically, but 10 years before it. Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah. Wait, when you say us, do you mean us, the Venezuelan us, or? No, it was. I watched the World Baseball Classic. Was great. Bryce Harper was the only person that wanted to play for Team USA in the final game, which is funny because Bryce Harper was the one person that didn't want to play the whole rest of the tournament. It seemed.
Or last season, whichever.
No, just in the playoffs, he didn't feel like playing. Yeah. But hey, man, whatever. We got some fun, competitive baseball to watch before we go back to watching spring training games for a week before we get to start the baseball season off next week.
It's exciting.
I love baseball.
I love baseball too.
Huge.
It's a lot.
It is. But it's something.
A lot of games, man.
It is a lot of games. It is.
I like my 34 game soccer season, except for all of the tournaments that screw everything up. But other than that, I'm good with that many.
Yeah, they do them like in season too, don't they?
Yeah, the Union just got kicked out of the Champions Cup last night because they've played 4 games in that already and 4 regular season games.
That's crazy.
Well.
He asked you, Dom.
Is that Super Bowl?
Ooh.
Anyway, so a lot of hockey, a lot of gaming, nice, all the good stuff. A lot of concerts. The kids have been busy doing all sorts of concerts for the last week. They both made all county, so we had an orchestra concert, a choir concert to go to. I had a bunch of gigs. Went to some St. Patty's gigs, played some St. Patty's gigs. If you want to go see the stream of a set, I think I dropped one over on Jack Kid Music over on the Facebook, so you can check that out. Got more competition concerts and all sorts of stuff coming up this weekend for them. So a lot of that. Found some time to squeeze in season 2 of One Piece. I'll talk about in a bit. That was the big show that dropped this week, but I also managed to watch some award shows.
I did not.
So I think in lieu of our list, though, I think we should run down some of these awards. What do you think?
I think we can run down some of the awards. I watched no awards because I didn't really watch any movies last year. like I told you, my goal this year is to watch more than Marvel and DC movies.
Yeah, good luck.
There's some good stuff out there. I want to see the Ryan Gosling movie, the Project Hail Mary. I do want to see that. Invincible, I can catch up on if I ever find free time because oh my god, there's so much stuff on right now.
I mean, through the first episode of the new season, it is much the same as every episode of the show so far.
Jeffrey Combs was hey Charles, Jeffrey Combs was in Deep Space Nine. I remember him. He was, if I recall, he was Wei Yun. Sorry,
that sounds right for you.
Yeah. That's your next Star Trek rewatch, right?
No.
Or not
We've
rewatch.
had this discussion. I'm not watching any of the old stuff.
None of the
no
200
time for that. No
200 episodes of a show that doesn't get going until the third season.
No. It's either going to be Picard or Strange New Worlds. It'll probably be Strange New Worlds because I feel like that's actually going to jump right into year one from what I hear.
Man, if that's true, I hope. I would honestly say do Strange New Worlds, and then if you really feel like it, go to Picard because Picard's kind of weird in that they do 2 seasons with this cast, and then in the third season they were like, "F that cast, we're just going to do the Next Generation finale the way it not the way it should have been done. The finale was actually pretty good, but
I need to watch Prodigy and Lower Decks at the same time since there's crossover there?
Not really. I mean, there is an episode, and I believe I talked about it way in the past, but where they bring 2 characters from Lower Decks into Strange New Worlds in live action,
right,
from their cartoon or from their animated.
That was from Lower Decks, not Prodigy.
Right. That was Boimer and Mariner.
If it's still streaming anywhere, I'll go find Lower Decks. But
you don't really need to, but I mean, it's amusing because I didn't watch all of Lower Decks. I think I watched a season or 2 of the Lower Decks. I just it's one of those things where I'm bouncing around doing other things and I forget about it.
Nice. I know it happens.
Always.
So there was an Oscars over the weekend.
Yeah.
There was a Razzies too. We'll hit the Oscars first.
Yes.
So since you saw all of these movies, we can rock through most of these fairly quickly. It was really a story of one battle after another winning a lot of things. I'm pretty sure it was.
I'm happy with that.
Huh?
Well, people. So in the Discord channel that I'm in with all the movie guys, everybody wanted Sinners to win.
And Sinners is fine. It won some awards. I know. It's because you don't watch horror movies. And it's half a horror movie and half a really good movie. And look, there's some really good horror movies too.
Sure.
But I would not put them up for Oscars. But it is also, look, Paul Thomas Anderson has done a lot of really well-regarded movies. He definitely deserved to win his first handful of Oscars because he has not won before. So one battle after another won quite a few of those. Sean Penn did not make it to the awards. He was busy hanging out in the Ukraine, which was a great little moment with the Culkin Rory saying, well, he either couldn't make it or didn't want to be here, so I'm just going to take his award for him. Which was great. Best actor, Michael B. Jordan did get his opportunity to win, which he's done so many roles over the years that were worthy of a win.
I was very glad to see that, and then to see him at In-N-Out with his Oscar after the Oscars, just having a burger.
And then him shutting down Kim Kardashian online like 2 days later.
Really?
Well, she did a hey, congrats to him. Is he single? And he's like, no, you're not going to make this about you like you always do anytime a black man succeeds. You have to insert yourself into the conversation. You can stay out of this one. This is mine.
Awesome.
It was fantastic. Jessie Buckley, who was the favorite to win for Hamnet, won for Hamnet for Best Actress. Amy Madigan won for Best Supporting Actress. Another movie you'll never see, Weapons. It was nice to see her. I didn't realize she and Ed Harris had been married for 40 some odd years. So
who was it again?
Amy Madigan?
Yep.
Believe the oldest Oscar winner, or oldest for her first time, 75. Coming in winning her Oscar for Weapons. Paul Thomas Anderson won the Director, Ryan Coogler won for original screenplay, which was a really touching moment when he got up there. It was really great to see him speak. And Paul Thomas Anderson won again for adapted screenplay. K-pop Demon Hunters came up big twice. Best original song, best animated feature. They also got to perform. Given the songs nominated this year, not a lot of performances.
No.
During the show, no. There was one for Sinners, and there was one for K-pop Demon Hunters, and a lot of the rest of it was like wonky instrumental stuff. So not really nominated or not really performable this year. We got Sinners won another one for cinematography. She's the first woman to ever win for cinematography, and there was a really cool moment where Ryan Coogler went back to the back of ran full speed to the back of the theater and grabbed her kid and ran up front with him so he could see his mom be the first woman to win for cinematography, which is pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Sinners also won for original score, beating out One Battle After Another, Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, which is a great job. They did a first-time Oscar this year for casting.
Okay.
Which is really fascinating that hasn't been an award.
Yeah.
Because that really makes or breaks every movie ever.
Absolutely.
So One Battle After Another one for that. Frankenstein won some stuff for costume and production, which is good for them. Avatar won for visual effects because I don't know how we put it's Avatar, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, Sinners. And we don't.
How does anything beat?
But
right
Fantastic Four and Superman don't go up there
at all.
Right, but the Lost But okay, cool.
I don't pretend to understand the Hollywood Foreign Press and how they nominate things in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. That was all the ones that we really care about. Live action shorts, documentaries. We don't. There was some good lines from Jimmy Kimmel on the documentary front about things not nominated. Too soon to be nominated, I would figure. But yeah, overall, Conan did a great job. There was some stuff at the end, which was a little weird, where Conan gets like the lifetime gig at the host of the Oscars, and then they kill him.
Oh, okay.
It was really dark at the end, and then Mr. Beast takes over, which tracks.
Interesting.
But that was the Oscars. I will probably never watch One Battle After Another, but I'm sure it's great.
I don't think I've seen an Oscar-winning movie in quite a while.
I think I saw last year's, whatever that was.
I didn't.
But
pretty sure.
Yeah, look, there's so much other content, it's tough to try and keep up. But now to the fun ones.
The fun ones, oh man. I really love when the Razzies come out. I kind of forgot about it again this year. I've had a lot on my plate outside of the podcasting world. So I'm going to start at the bottom and go to the top of it. This is a short list. The Razzie Redeemer Award. I'm not sure what that one actually is. But Kate Hudson won that for Song Sung Blue.
I believe it's that she has won a Razzie in the past.
Gotcha. Okay.
And had then got nominated for an Oscar.
Oh.
She was up for an Oscar this year. And the Razzies happened the night before the Oscars.
Okay. So she was redeemed by getting a Razzie.
Yeah, or by getting an Oscar nom.
Worst screenplay, the 2025 version War of the Worlds by Kenny Gold and Mark Hyman. Worst
I feel
director,
like we're going to see that a lot.
Yeah, we're going to see this a lot. Worst director, Rich Lee, War of the Worlds. Worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel, War of the Worlds. Worst screen combo. This won a couple. All 7 artificial dwarfs for Snow White won worst screen combo.
Up against some good ones though. Up against Ice Cube and his Zoom camera.
I didn't see. So I don't have the who else is nominated and everything.
Also for screen combo up against James Corden and Rihanna from the Smurfs movie. Okay. Robert De Niro and from some movie The Alto Knights, which I didn't even know came out.
No idea.
And The Weeknd and his colossal ego.
Oh boy.
From Hurry Up Tomorrow.
That was worst screen combo. Why did this change? Because it's
worst remake we hit.
Worst supporting actor. All 7 artificial dwarfs for Snow White.
It's fair. I did. I luckily nobody in my house has wanted to watch that movie, and I have not advertised it
Yeah.
at all.
The worst supporting actress was, and I didn't again know this was a movie. Scarlett Rose Stallone, yes, daughter of one Sylvester Stallone for Gunslingers.
Which I had not heard of Gunslingers.
Yeah.
It's on here a bit. It's by Brian Skiba,
Okay.
written and directed, starring
Okay.
Stephen Dorff, Heather Graham, Nicolas Cage.
What? I kind of want to see it now. Kind of sold me on Nicolas Cage. Kind of sold me.
I'll hit you on the snippet for it.
Okay.
In a town named Redemption, reformed gunslinger Keller and mad genius Ben are guided by spiritual leader Jericho. Hold on. Jericho is
Please be Nick Cage.
Costas Mandalore. I don't know who that is. Towards vindication. While confronting their violent histories, their newfound peace is challenged by violence and revenge.
Costas Mandalore is an Australian actor who was in the Saw movies.
Got it.
Okay. All right, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds like something.
We have, what do we have? 2 more left. Worst actress, Rebel Wilson in Bride Hard.
Yeah, I did not see that. I would assume that is a horrible Spy Hard version of Bridesmaid.
Sounds awful.
Of some sort.
Worst actor, Ice Cube in War of the Worlds. And the worst picture, War of the Worlds.
Now, but do you think it was too low-hanging of fruit?
It may be. So what else was it up against in worst picture?
Hold on. I needed to see what Bride Heart is. So here's this recap. When a mercenary group takes a lavish wedding hostage, they have no idea what they are in for, as the maid of honor is actually a secret agent ready to rain hellfire upon anyone who would ruin her best friend's wedding. Starring Rebel Wilson, Anna Camp, Stephen Dorff again.
Oh.
Just going for the paychecks. Justin Hartley was in this, and Anna Klumsky are the top names in this, which is fascinating. And I guess Rebel Wilson is the secret agent, which I can understand the Razzie love for it. The other movies it was up against was The Electric State, the Chris Pratt Netflix, John.
Okay.
Hurry Up Tomorrow. Disney's Snow White.
Yeah.
Star Trek Section 31.
I still haven't watched that.
I feel like I should watch that next. Regardless of how bad it is.
If you watch it, I'll watch it. We'll do that.
Because I feel like I need it to be my completionist of Discovery. Yeah, so that's what that was up against. But I feel like that was too low hanging a fruit for them to go after. Because one, we know the movie was filmed 6 years ago. So like it's tough to be that. Like it was filmed during the pandemic. Like it was awful. It shouldn't have been released. But I don't know if I think that's too easy. So that was our list this week, the Oscars and the Razzies, and then there was so much news. There was trailers galore.
I will let you recap what you have. I'm gonna bounce through these quick little things that I have, but yours is a little bit more in detail.
I think most of my stuff though is stuff that we're going to talk about as we go.
It is.
So
we got a trailer for a new Jack Ryan movie on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Shadow Recruit.
I thought it was Threat Level Midnight, not Threat Level Midnight.
Well, actually, it's Ghost War, but it is, Threat Level Midnight. Now, I'm actually excited. I will watch the last season before I see this. This looks like it's going to be good. I'm a big fan of the character. As I've said before, I've read the books. I've read mostly, if not all, of the Jack Ryan books from Tom Clancy. Huge fan.
You don't need to watch the last season.
Yeah, maybe just to kind of tie it all in together.
I don't.
So it releases in 2 months. So I have time.
Yeah, it's remembering the last season. Like I'm looking forward to it. I watched all the seasons of the show. I think he's really good in the character.
Yeah.
The last season's hard to get through.
And he's not a dick like he is in The Office. If he is, he's a dick to terrorists.
I mean, he's no Harrison Ford, but he's fine.
Correct. I really just, oh man,
those all of the Jack Ryans, he is in my top 4.
That's funny. That's funny.
Has there been 5? I think there's been
4. Jack Ryan. Oh, let me say. I said Jack Ryan. Yeah. There was, what's the guy's Alec Baldwin.
And yeah. So, all right, I'm good. All right, yeah.
So there's Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Then there's Ben Affleck.
Yep.
Chris Pine.
Yep.
And now John Krasinski.
So yeah, he's in my top 4.
Okay, there you go. Can I guess which one's at your bottom?
I don't think I ever saw Alec Baldwin as him, so
that's fair. I'm just gonna put him there anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him above Alec Baldwin.
That's fair.
Because I'm a big. I liked Affleck and I loved Chris Pine in it. I was really hoping they were gonna brand the whole thing around him.
Sean Connery as a Scottish speaking Russian is great.
Yeah, well, he worked on it in Highlander. So
Sean Connery just at every point doesn't care what like nationality he's supposed to be. He's Sean Connery.
He's been doing it since the 80s, man, or 70s. And Highlander, whenever that came out.
Whatever he wants. According to Deadline, we're getting another Hasbro game movie, a Hasbro board game movie. The Game of Life is going to be a movie.
No.
Plot details for the film remain shrouded in mystery.
I bet they do. It better be an animated movie that's like literally somebody that like the game being played. That I would buy.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it's going to be.
I'm sure it's not. But like I don't know when the last time you played the Game of Life was, but it is very different than it was when we were kids.
So, funny thing. I was at my friend Dan's this past Saturday. I forgot to mention that. We did board game day.
Nice.
And Dan has like, they set up in the dining room and they set up in the living room. And then there's like, 8 or 9 people show up. And then like, we kind of branch off and different people play different games and it's fun. So we played a game called King Oil. This game came out in 1974.
Okay.
And the board game it's this plastic board with wheels with like plates, 3 plates set in it, and you spin the plates before the game to kind of randomize. Then there's all these holes on the map, and you take this little thing and you plunge it into the hole, and it pops up if there's oil there, and you pay based on how high the little thing goes, and then you put a cap on it if there's nothing there. But like the maximum amount of dollars is $10,000. Like that's the highest bill. So playing that game in 2026 was hilarious. Pete played with us. It was Pete, myself, our friend Alan, and someone else. And we bankrupted Pete and Dan out of the game. And then Alan and I looked at each other. We were like $1,500 apart. We just shook hands and said, all right, that's it. We got rid of them. So we'll call the game here.
Yeah.
But the game could go on for hours. But it was, 1974. Yeesh.
Yeah. So the old Game of Life, right, had the cards, had real money, and had the little pins you dropped in, right? Now all the pins have shapes. So you get pets as you go.
Mm-hmm.
The careers are now modernized.
Yeah.
There was one version, not the latest, but there was one version that had digitized, and it was like you scanned a thing and it was all recorded on this like little tracker that was like a keychain thing for each play. I was like, oh my God.
Don't need that.
It's very complicated. And like you sunk your thing onto the tracker and it would tell you how much based on where you spun the thing. It's crazy.
I'm good.
But yeah, a little more complicated it was. That Jumanji quote is great, or line there is great though, by the way.
Game of Life version, roll an 8, get a passive aggressive wife. Yes. Incredibles 3 is going to debut in theaters on June 16th, 2028. So we are getting a Incredibles 3.
It's a long time.
A long time away, but at least it's animated.
How old is Craig T. Nelson going to be when that drops?
Oh, it's animated. It doesn't matter.
I know. I'm just saying.
Probably old. This one is I'll give you 3 more before we go over to your John. 1988, a movie came out called Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
And he wrapped his hands up with cloth and then dipped them into the glass, and like it was this just
as you do
brutal martial arts movie. He was blind and he does the split and he blocks the dude. It's so many cool John Van Damme scenes for 1988. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'm sorry. For 1988. They're going to remake the movie. Michael Cole, or I'm sorry, Michaela Cole, who is most notable for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, is writing and directing a remake of Bloodsport, financed and distributed by A24. So there's no story specifics. Everything's under wraps still. It says making it uncertain how closely her version will mirror the original movie. I'll tell you right now, not closely. Guarantee it. Not going to be close. Because a movie made in 1988 was heavily different than a movie that's going to be made in 2026.
Different set of priorities for the studio at that point.
Very much. So
it might feel like it's the 80s again by the time we get to that movie coming out, though. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know how looking forward to it I am, but we'll see.
Yeah, I probably saw the first one, I don't know, 35 years ago. So whatever. Yeah. I'll watch this one on if it's on,
yes.
I'd say on like TNT on a Saturday, but that doesn't exist anymore. So.
Yeah. One of my favorite shows that I didn't watch this week, Marshals, is one of the highest rated shows on TV right now and has been picked up for season 2.
To be fair, are there other shows on TV right now besides like FBI? Today I saw NCIS. They're calling it quits after 34 seasons in universe. I can't
believe that show has been on almost as long as I've been alive.
But JAG was on. And then JAG became NCIS because JAG was the original. No. So JAG that's why it's 34. NCIS has only been on for 24, I think. 25, 26 years, something like that. But JAG was on prior to that. And then NCIS was a spinoff of JAG. Because the characters from JAG showed up in NCIS.
That's a lot.
Yes.
But this is on network TV, and it's become a viewer hit both on next day streaming and on like live same day broadcast. CBS just greenlighted season 2 already, so
I'm sure it's fairly cheap. Most of those shows they'll run for 5 or 6 seasons. I mean, they don't. NBC kind of has the lock on a lot of that stuff, so I think CBS has. Maybe they have the Chicago world on their Wednesday nights, so they make a lot of that style show already.
It has a guaranteed 13 episodes, which will roll out until the finale, which will be sometime in May, and then Luke Grimes thinks they're going to get to 18 or 20. So that's a lot, but good for them.
Since we were speaking NCIS for a second there.
Yeah.
And episode length. They have 508 episodes in the bag for NCIS, Jeez. By the way. And they're still doing 20 episode seasons.
That's insane.
Wait, do you know who the stars of NCIS are nowadays?
I couldn't tell you. Mark Harmon?
No, he retired. Sean Murray's still there.
Okay.
Good old Sean Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Cole is in the Mark Harmon role.
Wow.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is on the show in the Tony DiNozzo style role now. Sean Murray, who is Baldassari or whatever his name is, who created the show. It's his stepson in real life. Fair. He's still on the show. Katrina Law from Spartacus and from Arrow.
Yep. She's been on it for a little while.
Quite a few years now. Rocky Carroll is still on the show as Leon Vance. Jimmy Palmer as the coroner, still there. All these seasons, he is I think the only character from the beginning that's still there. And Deanna Reasonover is the like techie, geeky science person.
Okay.
But that is where that cast is at now. So, like I said, I think Jimmy Palmer's probably the longest running cast member. Him and Sean Murray are probably close to each other at this point, which is amazing.
Crazy. The last thing I have for us before we turn it over to you, the Wheel of Time, which you really liked, and I started to come around to by the second season. It got a little bit better. It's going to get an animated. It's going to get so it's going to be an animated Wheel of Time series, a new video game, and animated feature films are in development. From Arcane's Thomas Vu and iWatch Studios. They will be adapting the novels anew. This is what they should have done in the first place, was make it animated. Because you would have gotten more out of the story, and you could have adhered closer to the books.
Yeah, so here's...
Probably would have taken longer depending on the style of animation.
So here's my problem with the Arcane people doing it.
Okay.
So Arcane, brilliant, right? I raved about that show both times it was on here. Unfortunately, it was 3 years between seasons.
Yeah.
And they were only 9-episode seasons. So like, if we're doing that for Wheel of Time, it'll take 30 years to get through the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, it will.
So that seems problematic.
If it takes that long, yeah. Which, I don't know.
But adjacent to that, I'm almost done the Mistborn trilogy.
I haven't even started it yet.
I know. It's okay.
I mean,
I finished the first 2 books.
I'm I'm a big chunk of the way through the Stormlight one. But we have plenty of time.
Well, the Mistborn books are about half the size of the Stormlight books.
Yeah, they're fast books.
So I'm working on the 3rd one right now, but they are fantastic.
They're great stories.
All right, so that was
it. That was the stuff that I had.
So we also had what do we have? There was new Scrubs. Again, are you caught up on Scrubs?
Scrubs is just great. It really is. It's just like watching it. It's just like watching it when it came out years ago. Only there's lines on their faces now because they're older.
Yeah, that one, the first episode when I watched it, that one took me a minute to get past. But I didn't really pay attention to the first 2. It was on in the background, and now I've gone back and rewatched the first 2.
They're good.
The 3rd and 4th, and the show's just as good as it ever was. Some of the quirky doesn't work as well, and I really don't care about the interns.
Yeah, I know. That's
but they're riding hard to as cast members leave, or like for instance, Carla is a main player on High Potential.
Yep.
So she's pretty busy.
She's only in I think she's in one more episode, maybe.
They've worked around her really well in all the episodes that she's not in. And a lot of it's 5-second clips, so they could film all of her stuff in one day. And same thing, is hopefully we'll see when we get the what's his name back, the chief of medicine that he took over for.
Oh, Jack McGinley.
Yeah, John McGinley. No,
John McGinley.
Yeah. When we get him back, and when we get Liz, who's not Liz, but I'm going to call her Liz because
Well, so
everybody knows her from Shrinking now.
Dr. Cox is definitely returning, they said. I watched the first episode of the other show that he's in. Bill Lawrence is just killing it right now on TV. Between Apple and wherever else he's got shows going on. Like this one on HBO, I watched the first episode of Rooster with Dave Carell and Phil Dunster from Ted Lasso. Jamie Tart
That's what he was off doing.
Yes. I laughed more during this episode than I normally laugh during a TV show. Just weird little things that caught me off guard and made me laugh. So I'll stick with that. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I really don't remember everything. But it was good. Go ahead. And Scrubs is firing on all cylinders.
We got some Daredevil news because they're dropping a podcast
Are they?
Drops for season 1 a week before season 2 drops.
Okay. Now season 2 is what, next week?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday
is when season 2 starts.
Right when playoffs start for the over 50 league. Yes.
Nice. Well, I found it ironic that they really started digging in with the trailer the same time the Spider-Man trailer dropped. I'm like, stop it, guys.
But he's
like,
not
you
in
dropped Wonder Man and let it with all. Yeah, he's definitely a Spider-Man.
He's not in it.
He's definitely a Spider-Man. Wilson Fisk will not be, unfortunately.
He's not allowed, unfortunately.
Which makes less sense to me the more and more I think about it, because that is technically a Sony movie.
Yep.
So he should be allowed in Spider-Man. I can understand why he was not allowed in Marvel movies.
So the thing, he's not allowed. I think he's not allowed off of TV.
Well, but he was in a Fox movie, because Fox used to own Daredevil. So I don't know how that works. But I also remember trying to look it up and I couldn't find anything.
So it's a complicated rights thing, and they're tangled up. Marvel can use Kingpin in TV shows. The film rights to the character are either restricted by Sony or legally blocked from being used in Disney's MCU projects. D'Onofrio has on many occasions said that he's only usable for TV series, which just sucks. And Hawkeye was a TV series. So I'm assuming that they're going to have to get. Well,
but I don't understand why Sony wouldn't be like, yes, let's make him the bad guy.
I hate Sony on so many levels.
Well, they'll be bought by somebody soon. Don't worry. Unless GTA 6 saves them all. So that leads us over to the fact that we also got a big old Spider-Man trailer that dropped this week for Brand New Day. So
we did.
We get it's been 5 years since No Way Home, and Peter's just doing his thing. It seems back to basics. Still red and blue. Still nobody knows who he is for 5. That's a long time.
It is a long time
for nobody to know who you are and have no friends. That's.
Well, that's why he's so.
It's a long time.
The comic book Peter is always going through hardships, right? Comics Peter is like almost never always happy.
Yeah, but he rarely doesn't have his group like his supporting cast. Or at least an MJ or a Gwen Stacy, or no, not Gwen, but an MJ or Black Cat, or like somebody there.
We don't know who he has, but it looks like from the trailer he's completely alone and just does nothing but Spider-Man now.
And stalk MJ and Ned online.
And stalk MJ and Ned. Stalker Man on the side, but Spider-Man to save crime.
Yeah.
And I thought the trailer was fantastic. I read a couple of things and then I stopped because every website or Facebook page or whatever is putting out all these things that it's confirmed that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. It's been confirmed. Nothing has been confirmed.
No, there's less than 0% chance that there are mutants debuted, especially X-Men, in a Sony movie. No way.
I won't say 0% only because Marvel is part of it, but I will say I'm curious to see who she is, but I don't even want to begin to speculate. If they cast her as Jean Grey and debut her in this movie, it's one of the biggest, I think, secrets that they could have kept.
She's Punisher's sidekick.
Maybe.
Yeah, they already showed footage of her doing that.
Yeah, maybe.
She's a character from the Punisher books. But there's no way that we get mutants or X-Men in any way, shape, or form. Because there's also going around when he hits up against the bus. Oh my God, there's a girl that looks kind of goth. That's probably Rogue. I'm like, there's 0% chance that's Rogue.
Right.
You're not getting as big of a reveal as Jean Grey in a Sony. Marvel would never do that in a Sony movie. They just wouldn't.
It makes more sense.
Then Sony gets a piece of the pie.
Right.
So
the one scene, I know they have the one scene where he's going up against a hand and it's all edited out. And you know, there's one or two other people in that scene with him where they're flying through the sky at each other. because again, you can tell that the ninjas down here are focused this way and he's up here. So there's definitely someone else there. Could be Hulk.
I don't believe that you do the Hand as a bad guy and don't have Daredevil.
Well, obviously.
They are Daredevil's big bad.
Right.
It'd be crazy to have him in a Spider-Man movie and not have Daredevil in it.
Right. I know that the one scene where he's standing there like this and he's getting scanned, everybody's saying that Bruce Banner's scanning him. That's not what's happening in that scene. That scene is as innocent as you can think it is. It's him walking into the department of whatever damage control or whatever it is, and they're scanning him to make sure he's not a mutant. That's literally what that is. But other than that, it would be really dumb to debut Jean Grey in the Spider-Man movie.
Well, so the Bruce Banner and the role that he's looking to play in this, because that's coming from a comic book storyline where there's a man spider, which is awful.
Right.
Like awful.
I know. Yeah, I've read that too.
But it was Doc Connors who did all that in the comics. So they're gonna placebo that with Bruce Banner.
Not necessarily. So there's another little tidbit going on that the voiceover is Keith David.
Yeah.
Who is playing Doc Connors.
Oh, I think that's a horrible. I love Keith David. I don't love that.
He's a little too old for that, maybe?
Yeah. To be the Lizard? Yeah.
A little too old for that. I did see a couple screenshots where they're literally comic book cover screenshots.
You get the scene with Tarantula, and I feel like the Tarantula and Boomerang stuff,
those are probably quick.
Those are probably what we didn't get in Fantastic Four that we should have gotten with Malkovich.
Right.
And with Mole Man, right? We're like, hey, here's what he's been doing the last 5 years. Oh, I was fighting these guys, and I was fighting like we did at the beginning of the first Homecoming movie, right? Where we get this is all these snippets of what's been going on.
So one of the other two things that I read was, number one, that MJ and Ned know Spider-Man. They don't know Peter Parker. Like there's a difference there in that Peter Parker was wiped from everyone's minds.
Right.
So they at some point remember, or at the whole point, they remember doing things with Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden Spider-Man doesn't talk to them anymore. So that there's that angle that they can play with. And the Void, them being in New York during the Void, they could have gone into that Void thing and had some traumatic shit happen to them, and like remembering, like MJ could remember falling and a Spider-Man catching her when she fell. Like,
yeah, because she would remember Andrew Garfield.
But she wouldn't. Well, so they said, the thing that I read is that they said that she can't make out the face. She makes out the Spider-Man suit.
Peter Parker, so it's okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
That seems complicated.
Probably. I thought the trailer was great. I'm with Dom. I think that the feel of the movie's different. It's a hell of a lot more adult than the first series was. And
Banner, I think it'll be good. I don't love that we have to take him and do let's make him like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, with all the organic stuff. Like, let him just be street level for a movie. Like, the thing with Punisher looked like a blast. Like that scene, like give me a bunch of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't give me another, like, we're going to do deep, dark, deal with this and deal with death and loss. And now you're going to lose your humanity. Oh my God. Just like, I get it. But like,
unless it's just something that doesn't happen like that. Because apparently he's not in Doomsday a lot. He's briefly in Doomsday.
Yeah. Which makes sense. They'll do those snippets so that they can put them in and out.
Right. Right. See, they remember their adventures with Spider-Man. They just don't know Peter, so they're trying to figure out, well, why does Spider-Man not talk to us anymore? And then we have what you call it as the new boyfriend, the kid that played what the hell's his name in Ahsoka? From Rebels. The kid's name in Rebels.
That one.
Yeah,
I know. Yep.
Isman.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't remember it either.
I can't remember
because I hated Ahsoka so much that it ruined the whole character for me.
We got it coming back soon. Don't worry.
I know. In like 6 years, right? Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Bridger, the actor that played him in live action.
Yeah. Which is weird. Because like per comics lore, it should just be Flash.
Eamon Esfandi.
Yeah. But it should just be Flash if we're gonna do it for comics lore.
Maybe that is Flash.
No. We've had Flash.
Right, but
Flash has been in every movie.
That's different.
No.
I thought that's who that was originally too. You're right, it's not. My bad. I forgot who Flash was.
Yeah, like that's who in Spider-Man lore, that's who that would be. That would be in your love triangle thing there.
And the only other little tidbit is that the thing on Bruce Banner's arm, so the thing that I was reading earlier was that the inhibitor is that's what's keeping him from becoming Gray Hulk, who he will actually become in the movie. And the little theory, and this is where I stop reading theories at this point anyway, is that Jean's powers are unstable after the DODC torture that she goes through, and she inadvertently messes that up, and he becomes Gray Hulk. When Spider-Man frees her from the DODC facility, she kind of has a moment where her powers just kind of explode, and that messes with his.
Well, that's assuming that it's Jean Grey, which is
well, that's what I said. This is where I stop reading theories, and I just wait for the movie because I just want to see the movie now.
Yeah, well, only 4 months.
That's all. It's not bad.
Plenty of stuff in between to watch. You'll have Daredevil and Masters of the Universe and all sorts of stuff.
Cannot wait for both of those, honestly.
So we had that. That was the news. As Dom said earlier, Invincible. First 3 episodes dropped yesterday. I watched the first one. It looks like it's gonna be another good season. It's more of the same. They're long. Which is the only thing that's brutal because they love to dig into the fight scenes. So all the fight scenes are drawn out for an extra like 4 minutes. So if you took the fight scenes out of each episode, they'd be like 8 minutes long. Spider-Man does not show up in Daredevil because they definitely do not have TV rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that they can do in a Marvel show.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is allowed on TV and animation,
but Charlie Cox said he's definitely not. And
or is he?
The interview was funny with Kimmel. It was funny.
Yeah. Look, he also said he wasn't in.
Correct.
The last one. So,
correct. And he said that to Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "We don't care about that one. We care about this one."
Yeah. So yeah, and let's see. So we get. I'll do a couple other quick ones, and then I'll hit One Piece, and then we'll hit Shrinking Paradise and Starfleet Academy. Oh my God, because we're actually a few days after Paradise came out this week, so we can actually discuss.
Yeah.
So we had, what did I say I was going to talk about first? Monarch. Yeah, what did I say?
One Piece.
Oh, yeah. So One Piece, you really need to go watch this show. It's so good. 8 episodes, just a breeze to get through. The cast is expanding, and everyone they bring in is fantastic. Katie Seagal is awesome this season in her role. She's in a handful of episodes. We get all sorts of new characters from lore.
The manga thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, you get the cast is like there's over 100 people in the cast because they are going all in, and they go as wild as it is in the cartoon, where it's people with like crazy hair and a full CGI talking reindeer that shrinks and grows depending on the situation. It's awesome. Going to be a main character going forward. They are almost done filming season 3.
Nice.
So that will drop next year. I would assume with that CGI main character going forward, there will be a lot more work to do from a post-production standpoint. But even now, there's a ton of post-production work. David Dastmalchian's in this season. He's brilliant. The guy that played Luke Fox on Batwoman is a main player through half the season.
Okay.
Yeah, it's everything's great. The season was super enjoyable, and I was like, I'll take my time walking through. No, I had to binge the whole thing because it's all so good. But yeah, so if you have not gone to watch One Piece, even if you didn't watch the 32 seasons of the anime, which are on Netflix now too, and there's even more coming. Camrith Johnson is who I was trying to think of.
Gotcha.
But they are up against a bag crew, and there is so many of them introduced. Like I think we've seen there's 0 through like 12, and every day of the week, and we've met almost all of them. So every episode, there's like 3 to 4 new villain characters introduced that are big players. And it's just it's been great. They continue to go all in and not disappoint the anime fans while making it interesting as we go. And just again, the character playing Luffy is just an utter joy to watch, and he brings through all of the passion and the excitement. And still, even though he's bigger, and now all the guys have 6-packs, and are all insanely ripped.
Of course.
Still brings through that like youthful exuberance and joy, and like you're bought in. And they even talked through that a few times this season, where it's like, there's no way you're doing it. They're like, just trust in him. You'll figure it out. And they're like, that's when you see it, and so it's so good. So yeah, One Piece is fantastic. I'm annoyed that I already binged it now and I have to wait. This is the only problem, is that it goes so fast because it's 1 hour episodes, but they move so quick. And they're hitting a ton of story because they're doing like 3 to 4 anime episodes per episode. Like you even get one in like prehistoric times with giants and dinosaurs. You get pirate town fights. You get Zoro versus 100 bad guys. You get witches and a full like backstory episode on the new character that like you don't mind, even though it's all this backstory. It's just it's great. You get a whale. It's so good. So that is One Piece, dropped last week. No spoilers and all that. And then Monarch, we're getting some more explanation why they're pulling the old story and running concurrently this season, and they're actually doing a great job of tying things together from like the family that it's all really about. As you go through that, and it's been great. The effects continue to be great. I'm excited for that. That drops in like an hour, so I'll probably go watch that after the show, the latest episode of that. And that brings us over to let's hit Shrinking, then Starfleet, and then Paradise. Does that work?
Shrinking was another good episode.
2, right? Since our last episode.
Was it 2?
There is, because we had
right. There is.
Yeah, so spoilers for there was a cliffhanger last week for Maya that went how you would expect if you have not seen Shrinking. So
very sad.
Deal with a lot of the fallout with Derek's surgery.
It was a very sad episode with the cliffhanger part. Only because like you kind of knew what was going to happen. And
we get a party for Tia's birthday.
Yeah.
Where everybody comes together and they still throw her party and sing 1,000 Miles, Vanessa Carlton, right? No. Christina Perri, 1,000 Years. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where she sang the wrong words, and so they all have to sing. I guess she did that more than once. Because that feels like a lot of people to know that she she sang the wrong words one time to her husband. That seems
that was I Will Be Grape.
Yeah. It's not like they were like only together for a little while, so all these memories are like super intense. Like they were together like 20 years. Like it's not like it's the only the thing that's weird with like how they have to keep pulling this little individual things. Like you remember everything that you two ever did. I'm like, no, they don't.
Yep. It was a fun episode, and Sophie coming in at the very end and completely coming in early and screwing everything up was really hilarious. And it was nice. It was nice to see that episode.
And look, she's great.
And this was a weirder episode where lately what it's been is like they're bringing you up, laughing you most of the way through the episode, and then they punch you in the gut at the end of the episode, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. This episode, they kind of did that earlier in the episode where they punch you in the gut, and the end of the episode, they got you back up here on okay, we're gonna end on a happy note for once.
Yeah, which is nice of them.
Yeah.
And then the next episode they don't.
Next episode was very. First of all, it was very Derek light.
Yeah,
it was very Derek light.
But I feel like they're setting up Derek to propose.
Oh yeah,
and Gabby to be in a space where she's going to shoot him down.
Yep,
and it's going to go poorly.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's going to be your finale because the finale is the next episode. So they're going to have to cram a shitload into this episode. So you're going to have graduation.
Yep.
Right. We're going to have unless they're going to push that now, which seems tough to push that for another season.
Yes, since they decided to go for,
because like we only got Jeff Daniels for like a second, which sucks.
Right, and Candice Bergen was only in one episode.
I mean, I think that was enough with her and Liz. Like that, they
resolved their.
They did a full arc of that in the one episode. But then the Jeff Daniels, Jimmy Harrison, like I need Jeff Daniels and Harrison Ford in a scene together.
Yeah, my God, yes.
Like right, like going at it.
Yes.
So the finale airs for that next week. So we will hit that in 2 weeks, I guess. Probably at some point. The next 2 weeks will be a little crazy for us, I think, with conflicts and things, but we will work it out. And then that brings us up to the finale of Starfleet Academy.
Listen, I enjoyed Starfleet Academy this season. I enjoyed the finale as it was very on brand for Trek to do like a trial kind of a thing. Mm-hmm. Star Trek The Next Generation, the first episode started with a trial. Q put humanity on trial with Picard, and it actually kind of closed basically with them still kind of on trial in a way. So that was 10 years, I believe. Next Generation ran, roughly, something like that. But them having this trial while all the other stuff was going on, to me, the absolute standout star of the entire episode, given the fact that you have two heavyweights like Paul Giamatti and Holly Hunter, back and forth. Tig Notaro stood out again and shined through the episode. And the writing for her and her delivery was just snappy and on point.
And like stepped up, right? Like the show me pretty colors.
That's weird. That was weird. But every person that sits in the chair has to have a saying. Right. That's
fits Jet though. Thing. I mean, it totally fits Jet.
It does.
Or show me the pretty colors on the screen. Like, you know, that totally tracks for that character.
Look, honestly, after Captain Picard's engage, everything else was kind of like, okay, I get it.
The one from Saru, I think I liked when he finally settled on his. I liked it better than Let's Fly. I didn't love Let's Fly.
I want to see if I can go ahead with what you're saying. I want to,
but I also like Hit It. I like Hit It too.
Hit It isn't bad.
From Pike. But yeah, so the Paul Giamatti, the Tatiana Maslany, and the Holly Hunter stuff together was fantastic.
Sure.
And watching her pick apart Giamatti's character as we went through, and once Caleb came in, and they were like, "Well, let's make it." But they are doing a good job, and it might be a little over the top how they keep doing it to pull it into like, "Hey, it's still school every episode." Like Tig, like running the ship, but like still making it like a lesson was a little weird. I was like, "You're all about to die. Don't make it like a classroom session. That's weird." And then when Caleb came to discuss. Tell me about the history of this planet and tell me what you learned in Starfleet about this. Like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think that Giamatti is closing in on the Nicolas Cage era of his career where he came in and they said, look, Paul, that was good, but I need the full Giamatti.
It depends on the show. I think because this was a sci-fi show and it was supposed to be kind of out, I think he gave it a little bit more. A little more Giamatti in this episode.
Felt very much like Giamatti in Billions when he'd go all out, though.
But when in Billions, he was a little bit more centered. and he didn't really like yell over the top most of the time. He just had really long soliloquies. And then at the end of it, he might get emphatic. Like when he fired Brian and he told him to get the F out.
Yeah.
Like he went on a long thing. And then at the very end, he gave him the Giamatti.
When he gave him the full Giamatti. Yeah.
Gave him full Giamatti.
It's what like when Nicolas Cage, since we do get Spider-Man Noir soon, and he was in there filming the words, and they were like, "This isn't enough." He's like, "Oh, you want the full cage?" They were like, "Yeah, give us the full cage." He said, "All right, I got you. I know what you want now."
Yeah,
I think Paul is coming in on that era.
Possibly, yes.
And season 2's already done. Tatiana Maslany and Paul Giamatti will not be in season 2, which makes sense having seen the end of season 1 now. Everybody else is confirmed to return,
which is good.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's going to be year 2. So I'm intrigued to see. Nothing else really newsworthy from that. We'll see it probably next year.
Yeah, I mean, we have Strange New Worlds will be out later this year, I believe, and then there's one more season of that's already filmed.
Right.
And that'll be the last season. And then, as you had said at the beginning of the show, I don't know if we were live when you said that, or maybe it was just us before we went live, how they're talking about rolling right into year 1.
Yes. That was during the show.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was before or after. We have, hold on. I'm looking for, just to make sure. So they have been slowly introducing who will be Kirk's bridge crew little by little onto the ship. And in the finale, I believe, of the show is when we'll get McCoy and Sulu. They won't be in season 3. And I'm pretty sure they're just going to show up in the finale, and they have cast them and they have filmed their scenes. Dr. Leonard McCoy will be played by Thomas Jane, former Punisher.
God, how do you waste him by waiting? Oh, I guess because they're going to do year 1.
Hopefully. And Lieutenant Hikaru Sulu will be played by Kai Murakami, who I'm not really familiar with. I want to see real fast who he is.
He's I don't know who he is.
I have to find out who he is from IMDb, and I was on the wrong page. So
cool. Yeah, look, I love Thomas Jane in that. Maybe I don't know how Thomas Jane will be as that.
It depends. Now
he's a little big to be McCoy, isn't it? Though our last McCoy was what's his name? God
Guy from The Boys. Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban was McCoy.
So when he's big, but like
he's supposed to be older than them.
Yeah, which Thomas Jane definitely is. I mean, for anybody that doesn't remember Hung.
Okay, so Kai Murakami is a newcomer. This will be his television debut after a career in stage acting. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have. I don't think they have a Chekhov yet. I don't know. Chekhov came actually kind of later in the original series run. He wasn't actually on the first bridge with them.
Well, then he won't be there.
He shouldn't. He probably won't be now.
He could pop in as an Academy person or something, though. Who knows?
Sure.
So that brings us to Paradise.
Oh my God.
And Jane, which we got another heavy on the flashbacks, as most episodes are. But we finally got Jane's backstory.
I really enjoy reading Reddit sometimes because I find out, and it just reaffirms in my mind how twisted and scummy some men can be. And the amount of "I can save her" that was posted on this Paradise TV Reddit thread was hilarious. I think Jane. Now I watched. I watched a couple episodes of the official Paradise podcast, and the actress that plays Jane, I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but she said like that people like in her real life actually don't like come up to her and like they don't like her because of how she's portraying
Nicole
Jane.
Bryden Bloom, who is married to Justin Theroux.
She's pregnant. She's pregnant in the one. Yeah.
Justin
Weird, right?
Theroux.
Yeah. So, but she was kind of laughing about how like, people like actually dislike her for her character. Jane in the TV show is an absolute complete psychopath. I love the character.
Yeah. He's 23 years older than her, by the way.
That's Hollywood for you.
Just saying. Good for one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got her backstory finally, and starting to confirm your time travel theories, it seems. Or at least the computer being able to transmit information through time. We might not get full-on people through time, but we'll see. Because we do get a message sent back. Spoilers for Paradise, by the way. But at this point, it's been 4 days, so I feel like this is safer than when it's usually like 6 hours after it drops.
Right.
We get the message sent back to some random dude working at Circuit City's customer service.
Great to see that Circuit City symbol and shirt again.
Yeah.
After all this time.
And we get back in Paradise, which is nice because we've not spent much time there this season, which is driving me nuts. We're there. Jane goes out to talk to Link. Link seems much more assured of himself and with it than he did when we first get introduced, which is also like weird, that dichotomy of the playing with him.
Yep.
Being what's her name? Annie. What was her name?
Annie.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see where we go with it. They're going to be wrapping things up fast. Because I think we only have 2 episodes left. So
I believe it's only 2 episodes. I like the fact that they're bringing everybody, they're bringing all the storylines together. It looks like they're finally kind of intersecting. They've been kind of giving you puzzle pieces all along, and now it looks like they're all coming together.
Yeah, I guess
Gary sucks. Gary sucks.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, he telegraphed to Xavier at least.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make predictions on that because I don't know where this show is ever going to bob or weave to. But I'm guessing the train may make it back to Colorado because we don't know what the time differential is really. We know it's been 9 months, but I can't imagine like walking to Colorado.
No,
they take at least like 6 to 7 months.
They just said the train was delayed, so now we kind of guess we see why the train's delayed. Because Xavier had the bomb, and when he was about to set the bomb off, and Gary was like kind of hesitating, and then picked up the detonator, and then Xavier kind of pulled the picture out at the last second and looked at it, and then kind of like really looked at the picture. I don't think he ever really looked at that picture before, and noticed that Gary was kind of staring at Terry while everybody else was facing forward, and he kind of put 2 and 2 together.
Right.
Which I think he had almost put it together, but this was kind of that little piece that pushed it over the finish line for him.
Right.
And then we see Terry running at him after the bomb goes off, which he managed to get away from where he was actually going to put it. So I'm guessing that Terry was with the train people and that maybe.
Yeah, I feel like they all left Gary anyway.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And went for the train. It's just, we'll see. I mean, we'll get the full backstory next episode. Don't worry. There'll be flashbacks galore for everybody, I'm sure.
He loves telling stories this way.
Like, I am intrigued to see where Jane and Sinatra came in and if it was before they went down or how Jane, with that background, got in. I guess we know that she's been in the CIA and how she moved up, but like then we see that she gave her mentor a present and how she stayed employed after that.
Yeah, that part I'm really kind of like, I mean, they didn't show you what it was, but they pretty much told you what it was.
Yeah, it's Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg.
Yeah, it is. In a bag though.
Yeah, it was in a box, wasn't it?
I think it was in a bag. I think it was in literally a gift bag. Like,
yeah,
like.
Yeah. So we'll see where that ends up. But I think that brings us up to rounding up all the latest geek news from the week. Thanks for finding the Geek Spot with us. We'll probably see you again before the next Island of Relevancy. But where can they find that, Frank?
Yes, we did the Island of Relevancy on Tuesday night this week because of my hockey championship game that I had last night that we lost. But normally you can find us at the Island of Relevancy on YouTube, where we're pretty sure people from the WWE watch our podcast because mostly what we predict and say is what they then do within the next week or two. T and I are pretty damn good at this. So we asked those that were watching from the WWE to just, break us off like, 10% of your followers, just have like 10% of your people come and follow us. I mean, we're not asking for jobs or anything. Can't hurt.
So go like and subscribe there. You can check me out at Jack Kid Music at all the places that you get your socials or the website, jackkidmusic.com. And we will see you guys all next time.
Bye.